Understand how fucked your brain is and proceed to unfuck it. My earliest memory of my life was me watching TV. I used to live in the US. I remember like our house, and every day, I don't know what I was doing, but I was just excited to watch TV every single day. Think about how fucked that is. I've been conditioned to get excited and addicted to comfort ever since I was a little kid. Now, it's not that deep when you're a child like that, but over the years, it really affects how you frame your mental models around life, and you follow similar kind of patterns. Like, you forget about the TV, then you move on to the smartphone, then you forget the smartphone, you move on to something else, alcohol, drugs, this, that. It's a never ending cycle if you do not stop it. No one told me how to fix the root problem itself of me feeling bad. I just knew if I felt bad, I was supposed to watch TV. If I felt bad, I was supposed to scroll on Instagram. If I felt bad, I was supposed to watch porn. That's all I knew. No one told me, okay, you have homework pending, that's why you're feeling bad. Do the homework. Alright? Go make some friends. You're feeling lonely or bad or whatever you're feeling. Go down, make some friends. No one directly told me that. And that's how I ended up in a very bad place in terms of my mindset, and I'll just say I was addicted. My brain was fucked. So that's what the topic for this video is: how to unfuck your brain in very simple steps. So since nobody taught me how to fix the root problem itself, the result of this was a sexualized brain because of porn, a very low attention span. I could not focus on things. Bad mood all day because why should it be good? Lack of self control, shiny object syndrome, where I would chase different things. I would want to start some kind of project. I want to start art. I want to start origami. I want to start YouTube. I get bored or it gets difficult, and I'm like, nah, this ain't for me. Let me try something else, because I didn't have the attention span to stick with it. And later on in my life, I developed a terrible spending habit where I would just spend all my money because it makes me feel good, right? Like my bank, even though my bank account was zero, like spending the money, it made me feel good. And I would just buy things non-stop. Even now to an extent is there, but I've transferred it to like more better places to spend, like my health, my diet, etc. So it's no longer the shoes or the watches or the clothes that I used to buy. The abs, the paid abs, the whatever, the Netflixes, all the subscriptions, all everything. So it's no longer there. Now it's more of like on my health and diet. So that's fine. I became a student that couldn't focus, an addict that couldn't quit, a brother and a son that could not love, and I became an ambitious young boy who didn't take action. If that sounds like you, watch the video till the end. We will fucking fix this. Because years will pass away and you will eventually give up. Why? Because think about it. All the normal people that you see in the public, all the normal people, okay, normal job, normal this, normal business, normal. They had grand vision when they were children, when they were teenagers, when they were young adults. All of them had grand vision. Why isn't everybody at the top? Because you eventually give up when you do not see the results you are looking for an extended period of time, right? Let's say you're trying 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Keep in mind, you're not trying to your 100%. You still have the addictions. Your brain is still damaged. You still have all these bad habits. But you're like trying 50-50, okay? You're not going all in for your goal that you really want. You will eventually quit. You will eventually start believing in the mindset of, oh, I don't really need a Lambo. Money doesn't really buy me happiness. No, I am healthy, even though I have 17% body fat. I'm still healthy. It's fine. Health is on the inside. Beauty is on the inside. You start coming up with all these different ideas and beliefs that you start believing to back up your lack of inaction over many, many years. So you will eventually give up if you do not fix this right now. And if you are watching this right now, you still have time, right? Because think about it. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life waking up? Oh, and this was my life, by the way, okay, until a few months back. Waking up, checking my phone, realizing that I have to go to a job that I don't really like, even though the people there were good. going there, wasting my time because I'm not following my real goal that I have, coming home feeling bad, watching porn to alleviate the pain. Then I feel bad about myself even more because I didn't take action on the business that I was supposed to do after coming home from work. I watch a YouTube video that makes me feel good, just like the one you're watching right now. It gives me hope. Then I'm like, okay, I make a plan. I write it down. Okay, these are my new goals. These are my new projects that I'm going to work on. I say I'm going to do it tomorrow. I start from tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, and well, you know what happens. I just repeated it again. You can go back, you can skip back 15 seconds to understand what happens tomorrow. Right? Same thing. Wake up, check phone, blah, blah, blah. You know it. You think you'll achieve all your goals and wildest desires and dreams, but you won't. It's simply too difficult with a brain that's fundamentally fucked. I'll give you a scientific model of this perspective. As you grow older, your brain becomes less neuroplastic. It means that your brain is less adaptable to change in the mental models it is developing. So, this applies to people that are under 25. Usually, neuroplasticity is very high until 25 years old. So, under 25 is the time you are supposed to build yourself, become as sharp as possible, become as smart as possible, become great, man. In those years you are supposed to set your foundation for the rest of your life. That's why you'll see often that a 20-year-old drug addict versus a 60-year-old drug addict, the 20-year-old one is going to try harder to get rid of his drug addiction than the 60-year-old. Why? Because the 60-year-old is like, nothing can be done anymore, they've given up. Okay, the 25-year-old, that's why you're young, you have energy. That's why you're supposed to use that energy, that potential energy, into creating something that manifests into the real world. Right? So as you become older, it becomes harder to quit your addictions. You don't take risks to start businesses. You don't start building your body from scratch, building good health. And in general, to unfuck your mind, it's very difficult as you grow older. So what does that mean? The best time is now, because every day you grow older and every day it becomes harder. Best thing you can do right now is to take accountability, take responsibility, and start today. Start now. Now I want to give you one last example to convince you to change your brain today. Have you ever seen, I shouldn't give this example, but whenever I take my sister outside with me in the public, wherever, I see guys just staring at her. It makes me very uncomfortable. I don't know how uncomfortable she's feeling, but it makes me it brings me on edge because I'm like, this guy might do something and I get ready to fight. It's not a good situation. So what does that mean? That guy, those people, they are deep porn addicts. They're done. Do you want to end up like that guy? This is what happens. And guys know this, like we've seen people like that. You're probably like that. I used to be like that at a certain point. But it can be healed, it can be fixed. My friend, success itself already takes time. The business you want to build, the body you want to build, it itself is going to take you multiple years to create a legacy. Why are you wasting more time to heal your brain? Start today. So, with that, here's how to unfuck your brain forever. Your addiction to instant gratification and cheap dopamine is the biggest hurdle to achieving your goals. Do you even know what it's like to be normal? A normal human being. Seriously, like, I'm genuinely asking you, like, do you know what it's like to be normal? You know, when you were a child, where you observed the world, you climbed trees, you observed leaves, you investigated leaves, you picked them up, you played in the mud, you were running around like randomly doing autistic shit, like this is autistic stuff. Like, you remember when you were normal, right? As a child, you were pretty normal. What happened when you became an adult? You didn't grow up, you didn't mature. No, none of that. You numbed yourself from the beauty of the world. Ask most people what their best time of their lives were. You'll get a similar answer. My childhood, my college years, my early years. Why? While your adult life was shit. That means you failed as a person. If we accept the notion that your child years are the best years. I didn't go to college. Everybody told me, oh, you're missing out on social life. You're missing out on your best years of your life. I don't believe my best years are gone. I believe my best years are in the future. I believe that the best year is today. This year is the best year. If you think that your young years are the best years of your life, you failed as an adult. So you might want to learn something from that and decide if you want the rest of your adult life to be garbage. Oh, my wife nags me, my this nags me, my job sucks. I get ready every morning. I have to wake up every morning. Nah, man, you don't want a life like that. Trust me. And anyone who says that has failed themselves as adults. And in 90 days, you can become your childlike self again, that autistic little kid that does all the retarded stuff and finds fun in like small things. I remember a few years back, I saw like a buffalo and there was like some 3 4 birds sitting on it. I'll bring up the picture and it was so funny to me. Now imagine like only a child would laugh at that because it's so hilarious, man. You're probably smiling at that like, oh, like what the fuck, man? What the hell is this buffalo bullshit? But I'm talking about that. You like just smile for no reason. You're just like, oh, the wind is so good, man. Oh, the lighting, bro. Look at this studio, bro. Just looking at this like setup like hypes me up, man. Look at these lights, bro. Look at all this, man. It's crazy. Anyways, the first principle you wanna understand very clearly in if you wanna unfuck your brain is the micro will suck, but you have to love the macro. What does that mean? We've all been there. We've set goals and we start taking action on it, right? So a few days of motivation, like 4 5 days, we'll work super hard. 4 5 days, grind all day. And then something happens on the fifth, sixth, seventh day, back down, wasting all our time 3 4 days until we're motivated again. Nah, man, I should probably do something about this. And then you go up again and then you come down again. We've all been in that cycle. I call this, well, I don't call it anything, but I created this diagram that I want you to see. It illustrates this very perfectly, right? So you get motivated and you go up and then you quit and then you come down and it's a forever never ending cycle. Now, the problem with this is that this creates an illusion of progress. You're not actually making any progress here, right? Forget all those Instagram posts that you've seen about, oh, you think you've gone down, but if you zoom out, see the big picture, oh my god, you're on top of Mount Everest already. Nah, man, it ain't like that. It's not like that, bro. You are still at the bottom, bro. I'm not joking. You're still at the bottom if you are in this cycle, and I am to a certain extent, but this is a reality. You're not gonna go anywhere if you're still in this cycle of up and down, up and down, up and down. So the way to fix this is you love the macro. This means that your goal, which is the macro, you love it so much that while taking the action, which is the micro, it can suck. The micro can suck. Let's say I want to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's the macro, right? That's the dream, that's the fantasy. But planning videos, talking, setting all this up, it's the micro. It's the micro within the macro. So the micros can definitely suck. It will 100% suck. So you just have to accept the fact that, okay, I have a goal that I want. I love it very much. But at the same time, my own goal will betray me and I will not like the micros within that macro. You have to understand this very clearly. So you are ready for any challenges that come. And whenever it gets difficult, you just think of the macro. Like, man, why did I start this, man? I really want this. It's fine if it sucks right now, but I really want this. Let's keep going. Okay, that's the first thing you have to accept. And why are we talking about macro and micro in terms of unfucking the brain? It's because when you unfuck the brain, it's very difficult. You are addicted to all your cheap dopamine, instant gratification. It's very hard to quit. So, right, your macro would be I want to unfuck my brain. That's your macro. Within that micro is like days where you absolutely are demolished because you want to watch porn, you want to watch the movie, you want to go on Instagram, you want to do all this cheap dopamine stuff, but you don't. That's the micro. So that's why I'm telling you to accept the fact that it'll be difficult from the get-go. Quitting hard addictions is a purpose problem. You want to stop everything that you're doing and dedicate your entire life into cultivating a passion, a purpose and an obsession for life itself. Because we've all been there. I'll talk about my own example for quitting porn. And I'm not done yet. I still haven't gone 90 days without it till now in my lifetime. It'll happen soon and I'll definitely make a video about it. But it's a problem, and I'll tell you from my experience, no matter what gimmicks you do. So if you're an alcohol or addict, if you do the gimmicks of, oh, I just won't leave my house so I can't buy alcohol, never works. What happened? You end up going outside as well. Like you go and get a bottle anyways. I'll give you a more relatable example. Let's say we all wanted to study at one point of our life. We wanted to be focused. We delete Instagram. Oh, it's so distracting. Oh, let me delete Instagram. What happens a few days later? You download it again, right? So no matter what gimmicks you do, you make your phone grayscale, you do all this bullshit. It doesn't work because you don't have the passion, that you don't have the purpose in your life. For life itself, I'll tell you, like, again, what, think about the kid, man. Think about the kid version of you. That guy has a purpose, bro. He loves his life. He's so curious about everything. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about purpose about some specific, oh, I want to make $1 million, that's my purpose. That's fine. But when you love life itself and the challenges that it brings every single day, that's creating a purpose, an obsession for life itself. Like, I want to live how I want to live. Do you understand? Because there are people who don't do all these gimmicks, right? Just think of normal people, okay, that are not addicted to anything. There are people that have smartphones, right, and they don't use Instagram, they don't mindlessly consume content, they don't scroll, they don't do anything. So the problem isn't Instagram, the problem is you. Okay, Instagram didn't get you addicted, you got yourself addicted. Because people have Instagram on their phones and there are people that don't even use it. It's not that they are somehow, I don't know, different than you. They are not, and you even know that. So it's a you problem. So the steps we have discussed so far and the steps we will discuss in the future is a way to unfuck your brain and get yourself back to that baseline that you're looking for, to quit porn and your other addictions, right? One thing that I bought for myself, I bought a phone locker. Wait, let me get it. So this is like a phone locker that I have. You just put your phone inside, you set the timer, and then like it gets locked, like you can't remove it. So I personally do that for the first, till 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So I don't use my phone. Today it's obviously using for recording purposes. But anyways, like, I don't think you get this in India. I personally got this from the USA. So if you have some relatives living abroad, somebody coming from abroad, you can definitely invest in one of these. It's not that expensive. When was the last time you took a shit without taking your phone into the bathroom? Right? So we have a very big problem of multitasking, of not doing one thing at a time. Right? So showering with music, running with podcast, working out with music, again, taking a shit with the phone, using our phones while eating. It's a big, big problem. There's a whole benefit of avoiding this. It's called, you'll have more eureka moments, you'll have more aha moments. I've made a video on that as well, but let's not dive into that. Let's talk about it from the perspective of, it'll help your brain health, right? When you do one thing at a time, you are much more focused. You are avoiding instant gratification. Okay, so just try this, like, every day. Just sit for 15 minutes, man. Just sit down and do nothing, bro. Like, imagine, like, again, like I say this, you were normal when you were a kid. Like, if you were a kid, you'd be sitting on this floor for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You'd be doing some shit with your nails, or like doing something with your hair, bro. Like, you'd be doing something and you would not feel like agitated, anxiety, and all this bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. Remember when you were a kid? That's the guy, that's the girl you want to become. You want to become normal again. You understand? So just remember this rule. Do one thing at a time and one thing only. Doesn't matter what you're doing. One thing at a time. I recently went to a meditation camp where I meditated every single day for 10 hours for 15 days. Right? So I'm experienced in meditation, bro. And trust me when I tell you this, meditation is the single best thing you will do for your mental health, for your brain, to unfuck your brain. It's the single best thing you'll do. And I have been personally convinced and scientifically convinced of the benefits of meditation free of cost. It's a free of cost thing. I gain nothing by telling you that meditation is good. Meditation is not a scam. It is thousands of years old. Something that's thousands of years old cannot be a scam. So you have to start meditating. So I teach you how to meditate actually. Like just scroll back a few videos, you'll see my meditation video. Like I meditated every day for 10 days, some shit like that. So just watch that, and that's where I talk about meditation more. But basically, you want to stay in the present 24/7. Just stay in the present, focusing on your breath, staying in the present, not thinking about the past, not thinking about the future, not making up some fantasy or story that you're coming up with in your own mind. No, stay in the present. You'll be happier than ever. It'll be easier for you to beat your addictions, beat your consumption problem, all of that. Okay. Now, in terms of the very biology of the brain, let's talk about a few aspects that will help you in fixing the brain, like the low hanging fruit, which you can just pluck like this, and like in a few days, you'll feel much better in terms of brain health and mood and all that other stuff. First low hanging fruit, obviously, is sleep. Many of you guys are bringing up all kinds of theories, man. I'm a night owl and I'm this and that, bro. You're not nothing, bro. You're human. There's only one rule for all humans: sleep at sunset, wake up at sunrise. Somewhere around that is fine. Sleep as the early as possible, okay? Like, so for me, I sleep at 9 max, 9 to 5 or 9 to 5:30, okay? So 8.5, 9 hours, whatever you like. Sleep as early as possible and wake up as early as possible. And just sleep alone will make sure that you have a very sharp mind throughout. All right, so some quick tips to make sure you sleep correctly at night. Okay, quick tips. First is fixed bedtimes, even on Sundays. So decide what bedtime you would like to have for the rest of your life. If 9 is too early for you, maybe you can say, okay, maybe 10 I can do for the rest of my life. It sounds reasonable, like 10 to 6 or 10 to 7. It sounds reasonable. So pick that. Including Sundays, you will stick to this bedtime. Okay. Next is no phone before bed, 2 hours at least. So we all know the reason. When we see the phone, the light coming from the phone mimics sun rays, actual real sun rays. So your brain thinks it's still daytime. So you're unable to sleep at night. It messes up the internal clock of your body. This one you may not know, but no food at least 2 hours before bed. So if your bedtime is 10 p.m., don't eat anything after 8 p.m. at least. You want to make the room as dark as possible, pitch dark to the point you can't even see your hands if it's possible, but as dark as possible. You want to not drink coffee or ingest caffeine anywhere after, afternoon. So before 2 p.m., you want to drink coffee. Like if you drink after 2, 3 p.m., it'll mess up your sleep at night. Okay. And the last one is don't sleep in the day for more than 30 minutes. So don't take a nap for 30 minutes. And if you do take a nap, take it before 3 p.m. If you sleep after 3 p.m., if you take even a 30-minute nap after 3 p.m., you won't be able to sleep at night. So just take care of these 5 simple principles. There's more to sleep. Sleep is much more complicated. Perhaps I'll make a video on it, but this is the fundamentals you want to know about sleep, getting good sleep. And I hope you're writing all this down, man. If you haven't written this down in notebook or your notes app, just rewind a bit and watch it again and write it down. So you know. Next is diet and exercise. Now, oh, I should have a good diet. Oh, I should exercise. But you don't know what exactly to do. Okay. You just know it, but you don't know it, but you don't know it. Okay. So let me tell you. Diet and exercise. Good diet, good exercise will make your mind sharp like that. You'll be hyped, you'll be pumped, you'll be excited, you'll be ready, you'll feel stronger, you'll increase your confidence, all those benefits. But how do you do it? Firstly, no processed foods. Processed and packaged foods. Okay, well, that's also fine. Processed and packaged foods, I'll give you a quick filter. If you see the ingredients and if it says emulsifiers or preservatives, you don't eat it. It's poison, bro. It damages your gut health. It kills the good bacteria in your gut. I'm explaining it in very simple terms. It kills the good bacteria in your stomach, and it's not good for you, man. So emulsifiers and preservatives. So stop eating all kind of like packaged and processed foods. So basically any product that you eat that has a barcode on it, don't eat it. Now this one, if you actually do it, this will be the best thing you'll do for your health and your mind and your brain. It's called eat as less as possible throughout the day, right? So fasting, I don't like seeing intermittent fasting, bro. That sounds super gay. But fasting, like I don't eat anything until 2 p.m. and then 2 to 6 p.m. I am allowed to eat. So a 4 hour window is what I have for myself. So for 20 hours of the day I'm fasting. And I'm telling you, bro, I don't feel weak. I feel energetic, bro. I'll do full workouts, full capacity. I won't feel weak. I'll feel sharp, energized, focused. It's because when you eat, a lot of your mental resources go into your stomach. Like your brain becomes less active. So like when I'm hungry, like all my energy goes to my brain, and it's wonderful to experience right now also I am super hungry, but like I'm not weak in any way. I'm not starving or nothing like that, and you won't die, okay? So don't worry about that. It's also super great for fat loss for those of you that are fat. Even if you're skinny, it increases growth hormone, which if you work out it'll just grow your muscle, but like you won't gain any fat even if you're in a calorie deficit. As far as I know, I'm trying it for a few days. It's working so far. Decide how many hours you want to fast. Like I'm doing 20, you can do 19, 18, 17. As much as possible is good, but 20, 21 is probably the maximum. You want to eat in a 3 to 4 5 hour window. Next, you want to quit sugar and sugary items completely. Now don't say, oh, I use jaggery, I use sugar cane, I use all this bullshit. Doesn't count. Only like the only sweetener you can use is stevia, which is a bit expensive, I don't know, but you can use that. But quit sugar and sugary items fully. It damages your brain more than you think. Next is you wanna avoid the carbohydrates, right? So it's found in roti and rice mainly. So I've just stopped eating those two garbage meals, bro. Roti, rice, bro. Bro, it gives you quick energy, but then it brings you down, bro. It takes all your energy away, man. There's something wrong with roti, bro. Like imagine you eat something. So this is the problem with eating. That's why I told you to fast. Even though I eat roti and rice, why do I feel tired afterwards? It's because that it's bullshit, bro. Like I'd rather not eat and feel energized. Does that make sense? And do any form of workout 3 to 6 times a week, whether it's running, cycling, work normal bodybuilding, calisthenics, whatever you want to do. Up to you. 3 to 6 times a week. And if you're fasting, then probably do 3 times a week. If you're not gonna fast, then you do 6 times a week. It's fine. Another small habit that you want to take on is learning slash reading. So when you learn something that you're genuinely curious about, whether it's through YouTube podcasts or reading or books, anything, or newspaper, you're curious about what's going on, you give your brain positive stimulation to get a new input, and then your brain, it takes its time, processes it, makes new connections, makes you smarter, makes you, it's, there's loads of benefits. Just start reading if you haven't started already. If you need some book recommendations for me to tell you on any topic, I've read more than 100 books in my lifetime. You can just send me a message on X/Twitter, and I'll be happy to help you out. I personally do not believe in all the bullshit that is spread online of moderation, have balance in life, this, that, right? Because the best people in the world, the people that accomplish the greatest things, they care about one thing and one thing only: their goal, their mission, their purpose. And your goal now is to unfuck your brain first before you decide, even dare to think about any other goal. But because what did we talk about, the up and down, up and down, up and down that you're constantly having? It's because your foundation is weak, your roots are weak. You have to unfuck your mind first. Then you see the growth that you'll have, right? And you have to follow what I said in this video for the next 90 days. Otherwise, you won't be free. Okay? Let me tell you two truths right now. It's ridiculously difficult to break free, and 99% of you will fail and live the rest of your life in misery. That's the absolute truth. And that 99% may include me, I don't know. But it won't, okay? It won't. I'm the 1%. It's not gonna happen to me, right? So quit all your addictions right now. Make a decision. Do all the things I told you in the video, right? Quit cold turkey and do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. If you like this video, I have a weekly newsletter delving into deep topics like this. It'll come to your inbox every single week. Okay, that's in the description. I'm more active on Twitter/X, so you can definitely DM me there. I upload there daily. Like I am constantly posting about like different stuff that I learn and new perspectives, so it's worth following me there as well. And this YouTube channel is of course there, so you can subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. You can share with someone that might benefit from this. And I have my Instagram that you can go follow as well if you'd like to. With that, thanks for watching. I hope you change your life for the better. And man, this was a long video, but I think it's gonna help a lot of people. And I hope make the right choice for yourself. Take care, my friend.